Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first, Oz Country Down Under Community Monday Night Live, Facebook Live interviews. Tonight and from now on, we will be doing it on the community page and not the main Facebook page, as the radio station has ended, but we're going to keep the community page alive. So tonight, without any further ado, he's had two singles before this. He did a song called Yellowstone, and then he's talked about a girl he never had. Now he's talking about day one of missing you. Here is Benny Allen. How are you, Benny?
G'day, Dave. I'm going well, mate. Thanks for having me on.
That's all right. That's what we like to do. So let's go all the way back. I know I've spent some time talking to you when I was with MCA, but for the people that are online right now, we've got 4 viewers already, so that's good. And let us know, because your new album is coming out on Friday and it's called Never Knew I Was Country. So let's talk about that.
All right. It actually leads back into what you were talking about to start with the couple of singles that I put out before the album. I've always played music. I love playing music. I've always sat and written my own songs, but never really known where they fit. And I was playing in a band just for a bit of fun, and that did what all bands do and fell apart. And I was just playing some keys and having a bit of fun. And after that happened, I was sitting down with the guitarist one day, and I played him one of my songs, and he's gone, "That sounds a bit like a country song." And so that was Girl I Never Had. And so we sat down and recorded Girl I Never Had, and then followed it up, both of them were home recordings, but did Yellowstone as well. Mm-hmm. And then decided, all right, well, we've got these songs, what do we do with them? And we thought, we'll see if we can get community radio interested, try a few of the country shows, and good people like, yourself and a lot of the community stations jumped on board, and suddenly Yellowstone was getting airplay, and it was like, wow, okay. And sent copies of it over to the country stations in Wyoming as well, which is the home of Yellowstone National Park, and it just evolved from there, where suddenly I had this song getting radio play, which I'd never had before, and thought, okay, what do we do now? I'll apply for anything I can to do with Tamworth. We'll see if we can get up to Tamworth. And so at the start of the year, I was lucky enough to head up there and do their Academy of Country Music program, the CMAA run. And
the College of Knowledge, as I call it.
It's amazing. The sheer volume of talent, of Australian talent that give back to the industry by trying to grow it and trying to mentor the up and coming I'm going to say talent. It's an amazing thing. Did that, and that ended up in Tamworth at the start of the year. And so while I was up there, I met Alan Caswell. He was the story. There's two sides to it. One is that Alan was a songwriting coach that we work with at the Academy. But the other side of it is that first day that I arrived in Tamworth, I've just driven 1,400 kilometres up from Melbourne. It's stinking hot in Tamworth, as it is in summer. And so first thing I'm after is the biggest beer I can find. So gone into the Cattleman Steakhouse to meet up with a few people. And Alan's playing that night. And so sit there and watch Alan do what he does best. And at the end of the night, there's me, Alan Caswell, and the owner of the venue. We're the only ones left. Yeah. And it's amazing. And then 3 days later, I'm sitting down with Alan doing a co-write.
Yes.
At the Academy, and that's where day one of Missing You came about. That was the co-write that I did with Alan Caswell while I was at the Academy, and it just ended up being the most beautiful song. And we're really so proud of what it's done so far. People are really enjoying it. The feedback I'm getting, via social media from people I've never heard of is just amazing.
Yes. Well, we actually, I will say this, being that we're on the community channel, we actually can't see who's messaging. I don't know who is actually messaging. It just says comment from viewer. So there you go. One says, "Hey Dave." One says, "I miss you, brother." I don't know who that's from.
You've got a secret admirer, mate.
And the other one says, "Welcome, guys." Right. So if you want to ask a question, please put your name in the comment as well, so I can see who's asking the questions, because we are doing it on the community page from now on, so it's a bit different. So let's talk about, obviously you've released a new single, Day One of Missing You. Now that's a bit different from your last single release. It was like The Girl I Never Had. Now it's Day One of Missing You. It's like, hold on, did you get the girl?
Oh, it's one of those really, really good. Like, Girl I Never Had was one that I'd written. Oh, that was a long time ago that I wrote that one, and I can't even really remember where that was. I really should have a better story for it, but I've got nothing. Yeah. And when it came to Day One of Missing You, as I said, I'd just driven 1,400k up from Melbourne to get to Tamworth, and while I was doing that, my partner was going through a horrible time. Her father was in a coma in a hospital, and we didn't think he was going to make it through. Oh, so I actually wrote the closing track on the new album while I was driving up to Tamworth. So once I got there, it's a very emotional song. It's called The Lord Above, and it addresses some of our, I suppose, the shortness of our life and all those sort of things. And so when I sat down with Alan, I was spent. I was emotionally, I'd really been through the ringer writing this song on the way up. And Alan said to me, he's going, "Okay, what do you want to write?" And I went, "I've got nothing." He said, and being that Alan is as good as he is, he's just turned around and said, "Well, what did you do? What did you do this morning?" Yeah. And what I'd done that morning was got up and walked up to the Oxley Lookout in the mountains that overlook Tamworth to watch the sunrise. And that sort of turned into the opening line of the song, and it just sort of started flowing from there, where we started writing this tale about, not that my partner and I had a fight, but there was a lot of emotional intensity. I was a long way away, going through a very hard time, and it just evolved into the song about missing the one that you love. And sometimes when you have those fights, those big barneys, that you look at it in hindsight or the next day and go, "How did we get there? How did that happen?"
Yeah, that's right.
That's really what the song was about. It was that Day One of Missing You. The emotional side came from there, and then the rest of it is what all good songs are, I think, where it's part truth, but also a bit of storytelling in there as well, where you can sort of
fantasy.
make it fit where it needs to.
That's right. That's right. So obviously, someone did message me. Chris Austin from California is watching. So g'day, Chris. All right. So there you go. Now, obviously, you did a video clip for the Girl I Never Had. That was a very cheap cut video clip, if I must say.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
With the new single, you've gone with Blacklist Productions. G'day, Jay Sini, if you're out there listening. And you've created a clip that's been viewed 14.7 thousand times on Facebook and about almost 2,500 times on YouTube. You must be excited about that.
I'm blown away, mate. The reception that I'm getting from people is just amazing. And the connection that people are finding with the song, and that part of it is the part that sort of caught me a little off guard, is the way that people, actually find it and make it their song. And
for sure.
People that have been through the breakup side of things, but then there are also some people that have lost a partner. Someone's passed away, and they're connecting with the song as well. And that was just a side of it that I'd never, thought of. And it's been quite humbling just to hear some of their stories and that sort of thing that they've been sharing with me.
Yeah, for sure. Now, just an interesting story about the video clip. When you were shooting the video clip, the piano that you were playing in the video clip was actually out of tune. How did you go with recording a video clip and hearing the tune wasn't so right?
There was a lot of muscle memory going on, where I think it's no different to playing a live gig sometimes, where you suddenly are sitting there going, my monitor stopped working, I can't hear anything that's going on with the band, so I just have to sit there and play along and hope that I'm hitting the right notes and that it's all looking good.
Yes, well, it's very poignant video clip as well. It's got a very emotional sense to the whole story. So kudos to you, and kudos to Blaze Productions for putting that together, because it actually reflects the song very well.
It was one of those things, like you said, the girl I never had in the Yellowstone film clip are, quite amateurish, and that's because they were amateur. And that's,
we all got to start somewhere, right?
Absolutely. And look, one of the mentors that I've had over the last 12 months has actually been, I've had the opportunity to talk to Amber Lawrence a couple of times at different workshops, and the big thing that I've taken away from what she's told me is that you need to have a good product, and she doesn't mean that in a superficial sense, but it's more about when it came to recording this album, I wanted to try and work with some good people to do that. When it came to doing the video clip, it was like, right, I want to sit down and work with someone who actually knows what they're doing, not just me making it up as I go with my iPhone. And so that's why when it came to the video clip, we got Jay involved, and we talked through what my vision was, and Jay sort of jumped on it and just ran with it. And I think we're both, I'm putting words in his mouth, but I think he was a bit excited about it as well, because it's a little bit different to some of the other clips that he's done previously, and we sort of went for that art sort of style.
Yes.
And
black and white. He's actually not done a black and white video clip, so yours was the first black and white video clip that he's done, and it was very Art Nouveau, you could say.
Well, that's sort of what we're going for, that noir sort of look, that black and white, and just giving that sense of story to it as well, so that people can sort of insert themselves and see what's happening in the clip that goes along with the song.
Now, I noticed you have a piano there. Do you feel like playing the song?
We can give it a shot. I'm not sure what my mic's like on the computer, but we can definitely give that a shot. Is that going to kill too much time?
No, that's fine. We usually do these things for about half an hour. So you've got the piano in front of you. I can see you. There you go. All right. This is Benny Allen with Day One of Missing You.
Stumbled out this morning as the sun first kissed the sky, trying to remember what I said to you last night. What started as I love you ended with goodbye. This is just day one, missing you. I didn't see it coming. It happened way too fast. Once the clock is running, there's no turning back. Reality will come along and knock you on your ass. This is just day one, missing you. still in my heart. It's hard to get you off my mind. Somehow I always thought that it was too good to be true. This is just day one, missing you. Just day one, taking one day at a time. You're still in my heart, it's hard to get you off my mind. Somehow I always thought that it was too good to be true. This is just day one, missing you. Stumbled out this morning as the sun first kissed the sky, trying to remember what I said to you last night. It started as I love you, ended with goodbye. This is just day one, missing you. Think I'm gonna stay here in case you change your mind. This is just day one of missing you. This is just day one, missing you.
All right, there you go. All right. Yeah, I'm sure the applause is going on everywhere. That is a fantastic song. Now, the album comes out on Friday, and you've also been nominated for an ICMA award, haven't you?
Not that I'm aware of.
I thought I saw somewhere today where you were awarded, you were nominated for a song that's on the album. I don't know. Where did I see that?
I don't know about ICMA. The ASA, the Australian Songwriting Association.
You were nominated there. Yes, you did come up. You did come up to Sydney, and you didn't even see me.
No. I managed to catch up with Dan the same day that you did, and the song went smoother as well. But yeah, didn't manage to catch you, mate.
I don't. I like. It was funny when I because I saw all the messages for the ASAs, and I was like, I was busy working. I didn't even get my tickets to the ASAs, and I'm sorry I missed that. Brendan's watching. Hi, Brendan. Brendan says great single. And he's also said, can't wait for the album. So there you go. All right. Good on you, Brendan. All right. So, when I saw the messages coming in for people coming in and out of Sydney, and Danny Shaw says evening. All right. She's watching. There you go. Danny Shaw's going to actually be taking over the interviews as of next Monday night. So she'll be. I'm teaching her tomorrow how to use this platform so that she can continue the work of Oz Country Down Under while I'm back in China. So there you go. So where I was going with that is that I saw all the messages on Facebook, and I was busy working, and Dan had a photo outside of the Sydney Opera House, and I was very close by there, and so I sent him a message going, "Where are you now?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm at my hotel in George Street." And I was like, "Oh, well, I wish you'd let me know when you were down in the Key." It was like, And so therefore, he came down and saw me, and then he said he had breakfast with Brendan Smoother, and I was like, well, I could have come and had breakfast. Brendan didn't come, and then you were still traveling. So by the time you got there, it was probably too late. And then you had to, as you said to me, you had to fly back or drive back because you had a gig the next night. So you were pretty full on busy.
That's it. I drove up on the Wednesday, so did the full drive up from Melbourne. Went to the ASAs, threw my swag up overnight, got up the next day, and then drove back to Melbourne because I had to be back at Kilmore. I was playing a gig that night, so
That's just
it's not an easy life all the time, but it's a lot of fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's so you've been pretty heavily touring around. You had a tour going where you were basically playing the piano off the back of your ute.
Yeah, I've got the Tray Top tour. It actually started when I was up in Tamworth at the start of the year because I had the piano in the back of the ute when I drove up there, and you know what Peel Street's like in Tamworth with the busking. It was so noisy and so busy, and to lug a piano around up and down there, it was just too much work. I really didn't feel like doing it, and I thought, oh, hang on, I'll set the piano up in the back of the ute with the PA off an inverter, and I'll sit in the car park as everyone's arriving to start their day. And so that's what I did. And next thing you know, I'm getting tagged in video feeds and people are taking their photos with me and stopping for a chat. And I got far more engagement, being somewhere slightly different and just, stopping and chatting with people. And I guess as well, there's a lot of guitars that go on in country music, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do that myself as well. But I think when people see someone with a piano, it's just that point of difference. It gives them something interesting to come have a chat to me about when I'm sitting up in the back of the ute. And so I took that concept, travelled around country Victoria, and just sort of took the songs to the people. And the reception's been fantastic, and the hope in the new year is that I can sort of extend that a bit further north and a bit further west and travel around the country a little more and get to meet some more people and take my music out to them.
Okay, I think I think my admin team are commenting on some of the comments because I'm getting good luck, Danny, because Danny's going to be doing it from next week, and then Danny must have commented saying, "Thanks, Darren. Hope you tune in each week." I know that's from Danny. Come to Tassie in your travel. Hey?
They're all still in my interview.
Hey, they're all communicating while we're talking.
Tassie. I love Tasmania. Drive around down there.
Yes, well, I know. Danny's always willing to look after the artists when they're down there. So if you're heading down that way, if you do a tour down that way, look Danny up. She'll help you out. So there you go. Yeah. So let's see. Never Knew I Was Country. Benny Allen coming out Friday.
Yeah, that's correct. So with the album itself, like I said, I wanted to make sure I recorded with some good people. And so I put the feelers out to Matt Fell and sent him some of my demos and just said, hey, would you be interested in working with me? And he was good enough to get back to me and go, yeah, I'd love to. And so I got to head up to Sydney in July this year and sat down with Matt Fell, and he produced the album for me. And to have someone of just his caliber working on it, and the magic that he brings to it, and look, I know it's a lot of hard work, but he makes it look so effortless just because it's so natural for him. And he then again brought in the musos that worked on the album as well. We had Josh Schubert playing drums. We had Glenn Hanna on guitar. Matt played bass himself and did a lot of, did all the percussion and the organ work and things like that were in the background. And it's come together so beautifully. I couldn't be prouder of it. And yeah, in terms of what I would hope it would be as a vision, it's definitely come out that way.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So how can people, obviously it's available for pre-order now. How can people pre-order it and how can people get it on Friday?
Okay, so easiest way to get it at the moment is if you can go to iTunes and look for Never Knew I Was Country or for Benny Allen, or go to my Facebook page or any of the links that even good people like Dave have been sharing. I've usually got the little tag on there. So digital downloads through all the usual things. So iTunes, Google Play. If people want physical CDs, we have gone and done up physical CDs, and they can be ordered through my website. So that's bennyallen.rocks. And again, all the links.
But that's not the album. That's not the album cover.
Yes, this is the album cover now. Oh, it's a bit shiny, that one. Why don't we go with the vinyl cover? So
you've got a vinyl cover. There you go.
Actually, vinyl as well that's going to be for sale, but yeah, that's the actual album cover that we've gone with. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you've got country.
Never Knew I Was Country. I love that. I love that. I love the whole idea of that. It's like, because I guess I grew up, I'm in the same boat. When I think about that album name, I keep thinking, but yeah, that's how I grew up. I never knew I was country. I grew up on 80s rock, Bon Jovi and all of the great hair bands of the 80s. So I never knew I was country until I was introduced to country in 1994, and then I was like, I was all over country. But until then I had no idea. Hold on a sec, I just lost my power. Luckily it's a laptop. All right, so everybody that's out there listening, please, if you can, share this interview on your pages, through can view, and more people can get to know Benny Allen and what he's been doing. And please pre-order the album, because if you pre-order the album, obviously that goes to his iTunes success on release day. All right. And we'd like to get him up there towards the top. All right. When Country in 1990, the title is great. Yes, there you go. Someone said the title is great. There. Country in. And then someone said Country in 1992. Please let me know who's sending the messages, because I can't see the names on the community page, because we don't have a friends list on the community page. It's just a community of 700 people. All right. Okay. So please pre-order the album if you can. Its release day is this Friday. So all digital download places are obviously iTunes, Google Play, plus your streaming platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music will be available as of this Friday. And where are you gigging next, my friend?
I've got the album launch down in Melbourne on Saturday night. So that's at the Fentry Gully Hotel, which is my old stomping ground where I grew up in that area. So we're doing the Melbourne album launch there. But the other big album launch that I'm going to be doing is up at Tamworth during the festival. So the first Saturday of the festival, I'll be playing at Moonshiners. And we're doing a full band gig there, play through the album tracks as well as a couple of extras, and just have a lot of fun and, hopefully celebrate, the album and the start of the festival.
So, yeah, well, it's been an amazing journey. It's been a year long so far. So, you started at Tamworth 2018, and now on Tamworth 2019, you're doing your album launch. So it's been a whirlwind of a year for you.
Onwards and upwards, mate. I keep trying, and doors keep opening, and good people like yourself keep helping me and talking to me, and that's all I can do. This part here, I sit there and do that. If people out there like it, that's just amazing, and it's so nice.
Well, it's very good. And how many tracks are on the album?
10.
10 tracks on the
10.
album?
Yep.
And it's worth every
country.
There you go. And it's worth every cent. So everybody get onto it. Benny, Alan, thank you very much for talking to us tonight. Of course, next week we will be back, but you will have a new presenter. Danny Shaw will be presenting the Monday Night Live Oz Country Down Under Facebook interviews as of next week. So, Benny, thank you for being my last interview before I head back to China.
I feel honored, mate. Thank you very much for having me on, and good luck on your adventures.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. All right. Next week, everybody, we will have, provided that everything works the way it's supposed to, we will have Ben Ransom being interviewed by Danny Shaw next week. That'll be the third Ben in 3 weeks. There you go. So, all right. Until next time, well, actually, it's goodbye from me. This is it. For me, I'm heading back to China on Thursday. We will keep the Oz Country Down Under community page alive with the admin team, and we will keep the YouTube playlist up to date. People will be sending me links, and I will be updating that every week. But you may see me on every now and then. I may jump on every now and then. You never know. But until I see you around somewhere, this is Aussie Dave signing off. And once again, thanks, Benny.
See you, mate.
See you, buddy. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.